Afternoon, gents. Commissioner Lindy Smith, back in Gulfport, Mississippi, back from my trip. Thank you for your well wishes, and it's good to be back. Thank you again, Lou, for handling the commissioner duties in my absence, and we're back to this week in the first round of the playoffs. This week's special word is blowout. Can you say blowout? Good. We had a lot of blowouts, both in the NFL and in our league. So let's jump into our first round of action. First up, we had the Sharks at the D-Town Whipcrackers. Can you say blowout? Very good. Whipcrackers got 21 from Drew Brees. They got 13 from Demaryius Thomas, 18 from Michael Crabtree, 12 from the Broncos defense. It's a push with Joe Flacco. Patriots D gets you 2 more points, and Malcolm Floyd gets you 2 more points. I should move around Crabtree. Put him in as a flex, probably. The Sharks, even though Andrew Luck has forsaken me this week, got 17 from Arian Foster last night in a blowout. Ray Rice got me 27, Randall Cobb with 22, Doug Martin with 26, the Browns defense with 36. Eric Decker would have gotten me 8 more points. Vikings defense actually loses points. Carson Palmer gets me another 10. And Martellus Bennett another 6. Didn't need it because even with his bench, 8 and 6, 14, even with his bench, Cole couldn't have beaten me in what turned out to be a blowout. That was decided on Sunday, and so was our next matchup. Las Vegas Buckhead at the Darkside Destroyers. Buckhead, 13 from Aaron Rodgers, 16 from Frank Gore, 14 from Darren McFadden, 30 from Vinnie Jackson, 23 from Sproles, 17 from the 49ers defense. Antonio Brown gets you another 9, actually your entire bench. Again, could not have helped you in what was called a blowout. The Destroyers got 21 from Peyton Manning, 17 from Forte, 35 from Adrian Peterson, 31 from Roddy White, 36 from Mike Wallace, 14 from Gonzo, 13 from Jackson, 46 points from the Giants in what was a blowout of the Saints. Left 66 points on his bench, but didn't need them. They move on to the second round. The Destroyers and the Buckhead and the Whipcrackers move on to the consolation bracket. In the Toilet Bowl, we had Rack City cashing out at who that? At the Auto Draft Squad. Auto Draft got 12 from Andy Dalton, got 30 from No Sean, 15 from Dez Bryant, 10 from Witten, 17 from Murray, and 14 from the Jets. Kenny Britt over Brian Hartline gets you 22 more points. Jay Cutler gets you 1. Jacques Bell gets you 11. 22 and 11. You would have gotten closer, but still couldn't have overcome Tom Terrific, 36 points in a blowout of the Texans. 14 from Reggie Bush. Beast Mode, 35 in a 58-0 blowout of the Cardinals. Brandon Marshall, 37. Heath Miller with 11. Bears defense with 15. I'm not even going to bother looking at the bench. Looks like you picked all the right people this week. Good job. Moving on to the second round of the Toilet Bowl. And finally, we have 6 Semper Tyrannis with the bye week in the Toilet Bowl. As Zoe, 30 points from Eli. Good. Maurice Jones-Drew remains out. Law Firm with 12, Calvin with 26, Jimmy Graham with 10, Brandon Lloyd 21, Eagles with 16, and Baronis with 11. D'Angelo Williams over Maurice Jones-Drew gets you another 21. Roethlisberger loses you a point, and Josh Freeman loses you 10 points. 70. Could have played his entire bench. It wouldn't have mattered in another blowout here in the playoffs. So it'll be Sic Semper Tyrannis and Rack City cashing out in a rematch of the final week of the season. Looking ahead, we have in round 2 the Miami Sharks going at the Flint Tropics. After a humbling loss in week 2 to the Flint Tropics, I think we figured out the formula in week 9. Early line has us by 4, and we will cover. And finally, we have the Darkside Destroyers going at the Playbook of Eli. It's a good thing the Tropics and the Playbook both had the week off last week, because they would have both gotten destroyed if they had played anybody other than Cole. But the Darkside Destroyers 1-0 in the regular season versus the Playbook. This is what we've trained for. This is what it's all come down to. This is what you are looking for. This, in essence, is your Super Bowl. Because if you beat him, I'm going to beat you the week after. So, leave it all on the field this week. Our goal was to eliminate the Playbook of Eli. And you had that opportunity. You've already done it once. Let's go ahead and do it again. If you don't, I'll do it myself next week. But, if you could do it this week, do it this week. Neil, you've steamrolled over everyone else in the league. It's time to focus that energy where it belongs. So I'm picking the Darkside Destroyers over the Playbook of Eli. Early line has you by 34. You better cover. Consolation bracket has the Buckhead at the Whipcrackers in the Who Cares Bowl. Early line has Cole by 39. He wins, but he doesn't cover. Who cares? Doesn't matter. In the consolation bracket, we have Sic Semper Tyrannis at Rack City Cash Out. Sic Semper Tyrannis put Rack City out of the playoffs in the last week of the season with a strong showing from Cam Newton. Can they do it again? Early line has them by 11. I say Park wins in an upset, gets some of his money back, and a little bit of retribution for being put out of the playoffs. And Auto Draft in the another Who Cares game gets another bye week, and the early line has you by 25. I say you probably double that. So, that's all we have for this week in our league, and that is your round 1 recap. Good luck to everyone who still remains in the playoffs, except for the people who are playing me. And good luck to everyone in the toilet bowl. Hopefully Rack City gets their money back, or gets some of their money back, and a little bit of retribution. And that's all I have. This is your commish, Lindy Smith, coming to you live from Gulfport, Mississippi. Out.